Ever get those cloud bills that just make you want to scratch your head? The ones that make you wonder, what on earth did I just pay for?
Yeah, I've been there. It's like
Yeah.
deciphering a foreign language sometimes.
Totally. But the thing is, what if there's a way to actually make sense of it all, to understand where the money's going and maybe even, save a few bucks? And that's exactly what we're digging into today. This whole idea that when it comes to the cloud, well, everyone's got skin in the game. It's about making cost efficiency part of how teams operate, not just an afterthought.
Yeah, it's a shift for sure.
So the stuff we're looking at today, it kind of throws out that old school toss it over the fence thing with cloud costs. Remember when developers did their thing and then finance got left with the bill?
Oh, yeah. And no one really knew what was going on?
Right, like a bad game of telephone with your budget. But this is different. This is about saying, hey, we're all in this together, right from the start.
And that's actually a big deal, especially with how software is being built these days. Agile, DevOps, everything's about moving faster. You can't afford to tack on cost as a last-minute thing.
It's got to be built in, like
Right.
literally part of the DNA. And speaking of building it in, what I found really interesting is that the source actually gives you actionable steps. It's not just about theory, it's about, okay, here's how you actually do it. And it starts with visibility. Everyone's seeing the costs, not just the folks with the fancy spreadsheets.
Visibility is huge. But it's more than just seeing numbers on a screen, right? It's about knowing what those numbers actually mean. The source talks a lot about this breaking down costs by team, project, even specific features, and doing it regularly too.
Right, like it's got to be part of the rhythm, not just a one-time thing. Makes me think of that saying, what gets measured gets managed.
Exactly.
But this goes beyond just managing, doesn't it? It's about giving teams the power to make smarter choices. And they talk about this thing called mandatory cloud tags. Now, I'll be honest, when I first heard that, I thought, well, that sounds intense. But the more I read, the more I understood why it's so important.
Totally. It's about accountability, getting super granular.
Yeah.
So tagging every single resource, who owns it, what project it's for, even where it's running. That's how you connect the dots.
It's like going from a jumbled shoebox of receipts to like a perfectly organized spreadsheet.
Yeah. Instead of flying blind, you've got a clear picture of what's going on.
And because of that, you can actually start treating cost as like a core metric, just like performance or scalability.
Right. It's not just, did we build it, but did we build it smart?
It totally changes the conversation. And I love how it empowers teams because if they understand the cost implications of their decisions, they're going to be more mindful, right? They're going to think about resource optimization as like a challenge they can solve, not a burden.
It's like suddenly they're playing a strategy game where they get points for being both innovative and efficient.
Exactly. And the cool thing is, the source emphasizes that you don't have to become a cost optimization guru overnight. Like they even suggest starting simple, even just using spreadsheets to track things. Then, as your needs evolve, so do your tools.
It's a process. No one jumps straight to the most complex system right away. Start where you are, see what works, and grow from there. It's all
Yeah.
about finding that right fit.
And that brings us to the heart of it, really. This
Yeah.
isn't just about cloud cost management being like some separate thing. It's woven into everything. How teams work, how they build software, how businesses succeed in this whole cloud-driven world. It's about understanding that our choices have consequences. And the more we own those choices, the better off we'll be.
It's a powerful concept. It makes you think, what if we approached everything with that same mindset? Not just cloud costs, but everything. What kind of impact could we have?
Something to ponder.
Right.